Hello, everyone. I just came back from the movies, and I was supposed to go see Finding Dory, but I'm an idiot and I forgot that it was. Well, the thing is I thought it was playing. I thought it was coming out on the 7th, but it's actually coming out on the 17th. Dory. So I didn't go see it, but because I was out already and I didn't want to have to come all the way back home, I decided to go see a movie anyway. And the movie I went to go see was Me Before You. Now, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're going to see this movie, first of all, don't. If you care at all about disabled rights and you're not an ableist person, you won't go see this movie. You won't spend your money to go see it. But if you are planning on going to see it, this video is gonna have a little bit of spoilers in it, so beware of that. Pretty much this whole video is just me gonna be ranting about how horrible this movie is and the message behind it. So if you are looking forward to go seeing it, do not watch this movie or watch this movie and then we tell you. Watch this video. Sorry, and then we tell you all the shitty things that are wrong with this movie. So this movie is about this guy who, has this like lavish life and he's like a millionaire and his parents own like a castle, like literally a castle. By the way, this movie is done in London, like it's literally done in some place in London or some place in England. Sorry, I shouldn't say London, I should say England. So it's done in some place in England, and this guy is like this like really rich guy, and he gets all the girls, and he has tons of money, and he's like so like, and he has like the best life ever. Come to realize that he gets hit by a car. Fast forward a few weeks later, uh, they need someone to, I guess, cheer him up. I guess sort of like uh, be there for him, be a friend, be a mentor, I guess, to him. And they hire this girl, and I completely am spacing on what her name is, but they hired this girl to try to like help him and cheer him up and to take him out places and stuff. Basically, like a peer support, or maybe like like a not a coworker, but like a helper type of thing. And like I said, spoilers. It's going to be tons of spoilers. They fall in love, and They kind of have this like weird, like quirky, like relationship where he doesn't like her at first, and then she tells him off, and then he starts to like her and starts to give her a chance, and slowly but surely they start to fall in love. My first point as to why this movie is terrible. That would never. Do you know how illegal that is? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure it's. Pretty sure it's illegal for you to date or to like actively pursue your help. Like I think that's. I don't have any help right now, but I'm applying to get help, and I'm pretty sure if they knew that like I was having a secret relationship or a very open relationship, because like everyone knows. Her family knows, his parents know, like everyone in this movie knows that they're in a relationship, or they at least like each other, and they kiss twice, and like no one does anything about it. Which like they would be in mad lawsuits if that were to happen in actual life. You're not allowed to like fall in love with your help. You're not allowed to fall in love with the people that are assisting you, even if it's a peer support. That is like against the rules. My second point is that it makes them sort of like it gives them permission to make their lives better because our lives are so shitty, and that's just ludicrous. Like we all have different struggles in life. Mine just might be completely different from your struggles, and that's completely okay. But it's not. But my life is not a place. It's not a gravestone that you can come to and and pity me to make you feel better. Like my life is not my life is not a pity party. My life is not something that I like my disability, or anyone's disability for that matter, is not a place for people to feel bad for me to sort of like uplift themselves. Like I don't want to exist just to make an able-bodied person feel like they can do whatever they want. Like I live for me every single day, and I live with my disability every single day. And it's hard enough being a person with a disability, but it's worse when we have these movies that are perpetuating feeling bad for people with disabilities because we're just like everyone else. We just have different issues and different struggles, and we need different types of help. And these movies are not perpetuating anything that is remotely courageous about or just normal about being a person with a disability, because there's tons of things I do. I get up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast. Like I'm sure if you're able-bodied, you do those things too. I can't wait until we get to a place in society where we can not only look at our friends and family as normal people if they have a disability, but also like be able to normalize it in film. Like it's never normalized in a film. Like we never just see like a person with a disability, but they're not playing like a pity person. They're playing like a friend or a colleague or a babysitter or whatever. They're just playing like a normal person, and they happen to have a disability. I would love to come to a. I would love for us as a society to come to a place where that is normalized, where being a person with a disability is completely normalized, because the way that we get portrayed in movies, and I think I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent here. I'll try to get back on track in a minute. It's just ridiculous. This movie, the thing that absolutely bothers me about this movie is the fact that like these people have money. If they really wanted to get so I get that like they can't fix his his paraplegic, I believe it's called. They can't fix that. There's nothing you can do about that. There is no help for like in terms of like fixing nerve anything revolving the nerves. It's very hard to fix that, and doctors haven't really found any sort of way to be able to fix that. But like obviously your son has some type of mental disorder in which, which probably came with the fact that like he's now having to live a different life. And you guys didn't once think about putting him into some type of mental institution where he can be watched and he can be cared for, and he could be taking classes on how to on how to deal with his depression. I mean, obviously he has some type of depression, and you need to be able to like take care of that depression. You need to be talking to somebody about your depression. You need to be talking about your friends and family about depression. You don't just end your life because you're depressed and because you're physically and mentally disabled. And these people, like I said, have tons of money in the world, and when you have money as a family who has mental health issues, you're like I mean the doors are kind of open for you and what is available. And it's like in this movie you don't get to see any of that. You don't get to see them trying to make their son feel better. They just sort of are like, oh, we'll beg him to give us 6 more months, and then at that point, if he's still not better than 6 more months, we will just let him kill himself. Like that was like that's basically like what they did, is they let him sit and wallow in his depression for 6 more months. And then they decided, oh, now we're never gonna let him choose to commit suicide without like taking him to a mental health professional, taking him to counseling, putting him in some type of program. There was none of that in the movie, and it's just it makes it just all types of mental disorders and disabilities. It just craps all over it. It just really like I mean, there's no if you have a disability, this movie is not for you. Don't go see it. Even if you don't have a disability, if you support people with disabilities and you think people with disabilities should have some type of life and some type of say in the world and how the world should be function, I recommend you don't go see this movie ever.